head right.
Man, okay, so I hit the record button. You know, I'm kind of by the freeway, and a car went by, and motorcycle, something like that, man. It sounded like a fart. It wasn't me. Okay, I have to keep having to explain myself, man. It's not how I want to kick off my show. But I try to keep it real, man. See, I can stop and I can go ahead and re-record this, but I ain't gonna do it, man, because you know I'm always keep it real with you. So if a car goes by and it sound like, a food ghost or something like that, and if it was me, man, I would admit it, because I'd be like, dude, you guys catch that? You can't cut them like that, right? But you know, it was a car, it wasn't me. All right. Okay, so check this out. I got a bowl of Fruit Loops for y'all today to go with the dose of the Zoloft, man. All right, check it out. So, and it's not the good kind of fruit, because Fruit Loops is delicious. I like Fruit Loops, man. But this ain't the good kind of, this is the kind of Fruit Loops where Toucan Sam decides where he wants to be like Toucan Samantha. And you have to see it for you. Well, I mean, this stuff ain't nothing new, man. It's just, I'm just saying it's becoming more and more, and we've been warned about it. We shouldn't be here. You know, this stuff shouldn't be like ruling over us, y'all. We've been warned about this. The Word of God has warned us about this. And even though we be, I'm the clown prince of conservatism, if you will. So, we kind of joke about this stuff, man. But, the real thing is, man, we want the Lord's peace and truth, for these folks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Of course I could be like go full on Eddie Murphy style and be like, of course I kid the homosexuals, man, because they're homosexuals. But the thing is, we want them to receive the Lord's peace and truth, man. We're not speaking out of hate or bigotry or anything like that, man. It's we're not the kind who be about loving these people to death, loving these people to hell. It's like, hey, we trying to tell you what the real life is, man. The real peace and truth. It's not going to be fulfilled and you trying to be shackled to some sort of fantasy. Your liberation is not in there. I'm trying to tell you, you guys ain't going to find real peace there. So we want to tell them the truth. And, in our prayers for peace and shalom for families who deal with stuff like this, whether they're trying to be woke and accepting of it. We're at a point where some people even prefer it. Some people are like boasting there before their kids can even talk. They're like, my son is gay. My daughter's gay. It's like, in my book, A Solid Right Cross, I talked about, where it's like, it's one thing to accept these things, and it's another thing to prefer it. Okay, you have people trying to convince themselves that they're accepting of it, and, that's what it is to be a good parent, and good family members, and loyalty, and you just accept their differences. It's like, no, that's not how that works. Okay, that's not love. That's not family. But it's gone beyond that, to where it's not a point of acceptance. You have people actually thinking they prefer it and will announce their kid is transgender before the kid has even made a determination for themselves. Right? Transgender or homosexual, whichever, it's all the same. Right? So, or best just basically give it over to a reprobate mind before they've even made up their own mind. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, I thought you guys were all about choice. It's like, it's one extreme to another. Okay, if you're going to allow the kid the right to live, you're not going to allow them the right to determine what sex they are. You're going to do it for them. You're going to tell them, no, you have to. I'm going to go ahead and make the determination for you that you can, that you're going to have to make a determination later. It's not determined for you or anything like that. It's like, it's weird. The things that they deprive the kid, gone from depriving them of life to depriving them the sound mind to be able to just look, man, this is what the Lord, no, the Lord made a mistake. And speaking of which, we got this right here. It's they go from the Lord made a mistake to who they are or who this person is, and then even going to go, and that's bad enough. That's bad enough. But the sprinkle on the donut is that people like this is going to tell you that the doctor made a mistake. At the time of their birth, the doctor made a mistake. But no, watch. I mean, like I said, it's not really a new thing. I'm just saying that there's more and more this is happening, and this is where people are sending their kids to learn. We're paying these people to teach our kids. All right, so here, check it out. Here we go.
And something cool about me, Miss Hammond. All right. So something that's really cool and unique about who I am is that I am transgender. So we touched a little bit about that at the beginning of this week in the book that Miss Hammond read, but I'm going to give you my explanation about what it means to be transgender as well. So when babies are born, the doctor looks at them and they make a guess about whether the baby is a boy or a girl based on what they look like. And most of the time, that guess is 100% correct. There are no issues whatsoever. But sometimes the doctor is wrong. The doctor makes an incorrect guess. When the doctor makes a correct guess, that's when a person is called cisgender. When a doctor's guess is wrong, that's when they are transgender. So
That's person should be
I'm a man, but when I was a baby, the doctors told my parents I was a girl. And so my parents gave me a name that girls typically have and bought me clothes that girls typically wear. And until I was 18 years old, everyone thought I was a girl. And this was super, super uncomfortable for me because I knew that wasn't right. The way I like to describe it is like wearing a super itchy sweater.
If
The
you
longer
want
you wear
to
it, the itchier
destroy
it gets.
my
And
gender.
the only way to make the itching stop is to have everyone see and know the person that you really are. So when I was 18, I told my family and my friends that I'm really a boy, and it was like this huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders,
chopped
and
off
I
you,
had the
or added
freedom
onto
to
you.
be
I don't know.
who I truly am. And even though this experience is super challenging sometimes, it made me the person I am, and I'm super proud to be transgender.
Whoo, okay. Yeah, that's a teacher. All right. So now this cat, this dude claims that the doctor made a mistake. Okay. So after years of training, not just made a mistake, made a guess. This is something that they guess at, right? So like after like years of training and this education and a fat tuition, is like you gonna pay all this money just so you can be so incompetent that where you gotta guess at what sex a baby is, right? And by the way, that stuff can even be determined before the baby's born, right? So, but according to you and what you teach in this first graders, and I guess, man, maybe everybody would have to be at first grade level to believe what this person is telling them. Right? Maybe that's just who your target audience is. You got this captive audience of first graders because really there's no, if anybody's going to believe you, I guess maybe it should be first graders. Unfortunately, you got people with college degrees who would believe you. Obviously, they believe you because they've conducted your operations. People with freaking degrees, dude, people with years of education, grown flipping adults have believed you just like a first grader would and said, oh yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. Okay. You're a dude. I guess, right? You got operated on by first graders, man. So a woman, whatever. Okay. Sorry. They almost got me too. Woo. But you know, I say, man, it's just like a general thing. We're all buds up here. Right? Mankind. All right. When I say man, I'm talking about mankind, right? Humankind. You ain't gonna get me. You ain't catching me in your spell, baby. Right. So anyway, but like I said, you telling me that the doctor can't eyeball it, right? So you born, they got to flip a coin. It's like, I don't know. What is it, right? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Are you a chick or are you a bro? What's that thing? I don't know. Is eeny, meeny, miny, mo? What? You know, is that how this goes? You know? So now look, dude. If you were really born, dude. Okay, I use these words.
Dude is intersex.
Is it right? No, because they would even say, see, you're making an argument for us. We're interchangeable. We're fluid. See, you're already going gender fluid with us. Right? We're coming for your children. It's like, no, you ain't gonna get me. Right? Catch myself every time. Catch me, Jesus. Catch me. Right? So, now, but for real. Chick, you just don't say that. It's a dude. It's a dude. If we're talking to people, we're talking to your audience, man. So you just say dude, right? All right. So anyway, you know, now, okay, if these people are so incompetent as to where they would have to guess, you know, what your sex is, why would you have and they got it wrong, right? They got it wrong according to you. They guessed and they got it wrong. Why would you have to have a bunch of procedures done to make you appear as who you think you are? Right? Shouldn't that just come naturally? Yeah. Right? Shouldn't that just come? I guess they'll shrink. They'll shrink here and something else will grow naturally. You know, and you won't have to take any pills for it. Okay, you won't have to have any surgeries or anything like that. It's just going to happen naturally because according to you, you are a boy. No, No. By the fact that you had to have procedures and the fact that you're having to take potions and stuff like that is proof that you were born a girl. All right. So now, like I said, if they're that incompetent where they can't make this determination, dude, and they got to guess, why the crap would you trust such a field of incompetence to cut you up, right? And feed you potions and have to guess on what would make you look like a man when they can't even determine with certainty what that looks like in the first place, right? According to your absurd assertion. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you have contradicted yourself. You're a walking contradiction, right? At every turn. You know, it's just like I said, even the LGBT, the whole premise of it contradicts itself. Gay people will sit there and tell you that they're born that way and they cannot help or change who they are. Then what the crap is transgender? You're born a certain way and you are determined that you are going to change what you are. But I guess maybe, you know, we're helping your argument for you because we're telling transgender, actually, no, you can't change. You can't change your DNA. However, right? Changing DNA is one thing. Changing behavior is something else. Behavior can be changed. All right. We know that behavior can be changed because according to y'all's narrative, and once again, you guys are contradicting yourselves again, right? We know the behavior because you guys insist that people can change their whiteness, right? You can't be behaving all white and stuff. So if white people, despite what they are born as, can change their behavior, then I guess if you're born a man and you think that you're attracted to other men, well, guess what? You can change your behavior because it is behavior that contradicts, it is antithetical to the laws of nature. The laws of nature actually do not acknowledge your behavior. It is not conducive with the perpetuation of our species. It does not work. All right. Morally, it does not work. OK, but I won't even say morally because, you know, we don't want to, you know, as far as you're concerned, it's imposing religion. Fine. We'll just go ahead and stick to nature, that thing that you guys claim to care so much about. Champions of nature and stuff like that, as you sit there and rebel against nature. All right. So, I mean, and these people right here are the ones, you know, they're being paid to teach y'all's kids. Right. Money is being taken from you and being sent to them to teach your kids. Right. And here's the sad thing of it is that the godless liberals have done more to take advantage of control vid. And this stuff is all engineered, y'all. It's planned, right? The plandemic. They have done more to take advantage of control vid, to infiltrate homeschooling, right? They have taken advantage of the homeschool pipeline. You can't even teach your kids that. They found a way to maneuver their way, slither their way. You know, your kid is attending Hogwarts right now, and they're in the class of Slytherin, right? And they done slithered their way up into your house, man. The serpent done got into your house, teaching your kids in your home, right? They have been more effective at doing that than the Christians and the so-called conservatives have done at getting their kids away from them, taking advantage of this pandemic.
Yes.
That was a godsend. That was, if you really want to get down to it, the so-called is, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, you know, the whole shutdown and coronavirus was a blessing, but it's something that could have been taken advantage of. Hey, say, why not? Why not? Don't let a good crisis go to waste. You had an opportunity to get your kids away from the godless and keep them away from there, and the godless turned around and took that opportunity to get into your house. And rather than being innovative and competitive, healthy kingdom-guided competitiveness, to find a better way to educate your kids, your own kids, rather than sending them to the gods. But this is what conservatives did. This is what conservatives did, and the so-called Christians and the conservatives. This is what they did. Our schools are our indoctrination camps. We need to get our kids back in school.
Yeah.
Send them to the godless to teach your kids, right? And as I keep saying, the conservatives allow the Democrats to maneuver and manipulate them, herd them. Now they've basically gotten society into a point where they're dependent on having to send their kids off to these people to teach them because, hey, you know, we need 2 sources of income to run a household. Got to have 2 sources of income, right? Well, they made it that way to where you can't have 1 source of income, you know, and they've made it that way where it's shameful for the mom to be the nurturing agent. That's what she's designed to be. They've made it to where that's something shameful, right? They don't want you to be that Proverbs woman, right? Proverbs woman got skills, baby. That's honorable. She is the manager and the administrator of her household, right? The husband goes and gains them resources, and the woman knows what to do. We're in a culture where it's like, you need to be a dad or talk about being dads. Nah, being a dad don't mean nothing. Anybody can go out there and be a dad, be old babies all over the place. Husbands, you're supposed to exercise that husbandry over your family.
Amen.
Right? That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be the priest of your household in order of the Lord. We ain't got that. Right? So, and people, you know, talk about Trump, in Trump's economy, right? In Trump's economy, hey, I voted for him twice. But I tried to say, hey, man, you don't want to go down this road. You don't want to do that. But in Trump's economy, it's supposed to be so great because look at all the jobs for women. Look at all the jobs. There's more women working than ever before. That's not a sign of a good economy. A good economy is when only one person has to work and they can pay for everything.
Amen.
That's a good economy. But you got both having to work because you got to pay for all these taxes, got to pay for all these regulations, pay for these hikes and stuff like that. Even though this stuff is, but I mean, stuff is coming down. Sure, stuff was coming down. But if you're sitting up there saying that, hey, more women are working, that means that a lot of these women had to go to work. Yeah. So which one is it? And don't get me wrong, because I'm the kind of person where it's like, look, man, if God is giving you a talent, get out there. Woman, man, woman, you got a talent, you got a skill, you got a passion, go for it. Do it. All right. However, you're going to be raising a family, you got to make sacrifices. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's just the way it is. Make sacrifices. And we got a culture that's no, I got to go for mine. I got to go for mine. Okay. Well, that's selfish. You want to decide that you want to raise a family, then that's the way it's going to be. The man is going to be the hunter-gatherer, and the woman is going to be the one who puts those resources to work in the household, to manage the household. She manages her man's affairs. She's the one who gets out there. She buys land. She does the PR work and things like that in negotiating things. While they both do these things. Okay, she can be the health practitioner in her home. She can be the litigator in her home, while her husband is out there gathering the resources for her to do those things. Amen. You don't think that's not putting your intelligence to work? You think that's just somebody just sitting around in the kitchen being barefoot and pregnant? That's the godless ideology. That's not the godly ideology. That's godlessness. When you got these people out there being a baby daddy this and being a baby daddy that, they're the ones keeping people barefoot and pregnant.
Amen.
They're the ones doing that, not us. You know, you missing the honor of what it is to serve the Lord. You know, but but we've been conditioned to where we have to be this kind of household. You know, and you have to have both parents out there going to work. Half of that time between both of them is to pay the state. You gotta pay them taxes. Big part of the reason why 2 people gotta go to work. And why you paying them taxes? You paying them taxes to send your kids off to the godless. We've been made to have to be a society like this. Because people say, well, what do you expect us to do? I mean, we've got bills to pay and stuff like that. We're not supposed to have to pay these bills. Not supposed to be like this. You've allowed the Democrats in their great society to herd us into this. When we gonna fight back? Right? You waiting for somebody else to do it?
And most women are bitter about it too.
Indeed. Women are bitter about this. But a lot of women don't know why. Yes. You know? Hey, well, the answer is for us in the word of God. You know, and it's sad that these people out there, these are the people will be the first ones out there talking about women's empowerment. Yeah. This nut thinks that he, quote unquote, is an empowered female because as a female made the choice to become a man. Talking about being, where's the feminine pride, right? Pride is poison as it is. But you have allowed the male phantom to dominate you from within, Miss Thang. Where it's like, and women are celebrating this. I talk about this in my book, A Solid Right Cross. Right? Yeah, it's all feminism. It's all about what the Lord had prophesied in the first place. You know, the separation that the Lord put between the serpent and the female. Right? It's going to have this problem. And the covetousness that she would have over the man's stature, particularly, you know. So it's like you got that dynamic, and still right now you got women out there wanting to be proud of being females, but wanting a man's power so bad that they would try to turn themselves into a man. And at the same time, where men are concerned, the empowerment of the female to emasculate a man, where he would forfeit his manhood to become an assumed woman. Once again, showing the dominion of the female over the man. You see what I'm saying? This stuff has already been told to us in the beginning pages of the Bible. So like I said, you know, and there's no excuse to be sending your kids to these people, to be taught by them. And like I said, a good economy isn't something to boast in when women, you know, are going to work, you know, for another man. You know, it's shameful to work for your own man. The word of God says, hey, a woman is to answer to her own husband. She ain't any other man can kiss her grits, but to answer to her own man, and they have authority over each other. Mutual submission, right? The way the Lord intended. However, there's the head of the household. Our high priest and king, the Lord Yeshua, is the head of our household, and then the man is the covering from there, only in order of Yeshua. Right? And as kings and priests of our household, a king is nothing if he doesn't serve. And the queen of the household is nothing if she doesn't serve. And they serve each other. Right? That's the way it's supposed to be. And it's an honor. Y'all want to try to make it like something that it's not. You know, and boast in a good economy. Like I said, if a woman's got a talent, get out there and use it. But if you're gonna raise a family, sacrifices. Just the way the man is supposed to sacrifice. A man is supposed to be prepared to lay down his life for his wife. That is the godly order. Right? A woman's life is threatened. You're supposed to jump from that bullet. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be. Man, it's not supposed to be suicidal. You're not supposed to go out there and kill yourself to make your spouse happy. That wouldn't be healthy, right? But if it's like one of those things where your wife needs a kidney or something like that, hey, you know, I hope the blood type is right. Let's make it happen, right? Women out there talk about they're so proud to get out there and work, and I guess they want to be their own boss lady and stuff like that. But a lot of times you're going to end up having to work for another man to do it. But it's shameful to work for your own man. To work with, to be partnered with. He was made to be Adam's ally. Supposed to be partners. It's a partnership. Okay? But, you know, but like I said, a woman has an idea for a career and she's got a passion. Do it. Do it. And excel at it. Bring glory to the Lord and do it. Right? Be fruitful with it. But like I said, if it's a point of being a mother, well, then if you still want to do it, well, then you need to have your kid in tow and mentor your child instead of sending them off to somebody else to indoctrinate them. You can't help that. You can't help that. They're going to have influence over them, right? You should be mentoring your kid. Raise them up, train them up in the instruction of the Lord, and let them see how it is that you make a living. That's what they need to see. You know, if your job can't handle that, then, you know, oh, well. You know, I know that sucks. But and once again, you would say, well, how are we supposed to make a living? How are we supposed to make ends meet? Well, we got herded into this system where it has made it hard to do that. And it wasn't supposed to be like that. Right? But this is what people voted for. Wasn't supposed to do that. All right. So, all right, y'all. So y'all want to have Fruit Loops, Toucan Samantha teaching your kids. Well, you just go ahead and let's go ahead and keep going down the road that the godless have paid for us. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for listening in for this latest dose from the Zoloft with a bowl of Fruit Loops, a Fruit Loop chaser. I hope you guys share these videos. Go ahead and get in trouble with me. share these videos. And I hope that you find these videos worth dropping a buck in the bucket for to help keep your bro Zo on the go. And we'll talk. I guess there's plenty of lunacy going on. Hey, and there's plenty of blessings too, y'all. That's why we do this, because, hey, a lot of times this lunacy, you know, not like the Lord needs any help, but the lunacy shows the sanity that we need from the Lord. And that's what we really celebrate, y'all. It's that day. The Lord's just going to step in and say, like, all right, y'all, party's over. Your party anyway. And the real party, the life of the party has really showed up. And that's what we're really looking for. That's what we do here. All right, y'all. Blessing. Good news. The good news. Ha! All right, y'all.